guys, and welcome back to my channel. I really thought about many ways to introduce this video to you. I did not expect it to be in this background. We just moved and we don't have all the furniture yet, so I had to improvise. And I put this bouquet of flowers that my sister got me. It started to wilt, but it's okay. It makes the room look pretty. I missed filming. It's been a long time since I last filmed. I have been filming, or should I say vlogging, in the past 2 weeks. I've been vlogging daily, but I never got the chance to upload them. And I don't know how I'm going about that, if I'm gonna make weekly vlogs or daily vlogs. I don't think I would do the daily vlogs. My goal here is to be consistent. For now, I'm gonna upload one video per week, which would be on Monday. If I get the chance to upload my vlogs, that would be like the second video of the week, so I'm not sure about that. But yeah, I have pre-filmed and scheduled already 16 videos to go up, so I have almost 4 months covered. And some of the videos that I filmed already, I haven't edited yet, so I have 16 ready to go, but even more so I've filmed already and I still have to edit them and upload them. So this video, I wanted to talk about who I am, what my channel is about, but get into it more specifically in an applied way. So the name of my channel is A Clutter-Free Life. I wanted to take the name of the channel, and instead of telling you what my channel is about, I want to apply it. So how to have a clutter-free 2019. Well, first let me introduce myself. My name is Nina and I will be your host and content creator of this channel. So I am in my last year of uni and I'm studying and specializing in psychology. Because of my background in psychology, I have many theoretical understanding of the human mind and the human behavior. But at the same time, psychology is limited in a way that it's not very applicable to day-to-day life. So there are some research ongoing on applied situations, but the main applied part of psychology is clinical psychology or counseling. But a lot of people come and ask me how to do this, how should I raise my children, things that are more related to day-to-day life. So I'm really passionate about psychology, but at the same time I take information out of other disciplines such as applied human sciences, which, by the way, if I knew about that, maybe I would have studied that instead, because it's really applied. This is what I expected going into psychology. So I was inspired by Dr. Phil and the Super Nanny, basically our reality TV show, and I should have known better. But yeah, applied human sciences actually take some part of psychology, some part of sociology, other sciences, to apply them into everyday life. And there are many concentrations for applied human sciences, but it is more applicable. So my sister is studying that, so I'm going to take some information out of her. And of course, I am expecting as I graduate, I'm going to be more in the loop, studying new research and really connecting with what I have studied. So I really want to help you guys in this way. And at the same time, I am a human being. I have my struggles, I have my issues, so I still want to be open and honest about that. I have suffered from anxiety and I still do, and it has impacted my life in many ways. One of which is chronic fatigue, also some physical health issues. So this is the way our body and mind are connected to each other. And sometimes when you reach a point of being overwhelmed and burnt out, then you would feel it even physically. Even if you are in denial that you have anxiety or you're stressed out or you have depression or whatever mental health issues you have, you might be in denial about that, but your body is there to remind you that, hey, I'm suffering as well. Unfortunately for me, I have reached this stage, and in 2019 I really want to concentrate on making this year a healthy year and basically decluttering. So I want to declutter, which means getting rid of all the mess. And clutter might mean for a lot of people physical mess, but I could have named my channel A Clutter-Free Space. And that was what I used to call it, so Nina's Home, Your Clutter-Free Space. But A Clutter-Free Life gives it more of a meaning, and it's not just physical clutter, it's more of your mental clutter as well. So the idea here is I want to get rid of any mess that is in my life, any negative behavior, any negative thought. And of course we're not able to get rid of all the negative thought, but we are able to manage them and minimize them. So I want to create more of a positive patterns of behavior and pattern of thoughts, and and I am envisioning a new life for me and for you. And of course, I'm not going to be able to do that just in 1 year, but I want to concentrate on 2019 and how we can get rid of clutter. For me, clutter could be mental, could be physical, could be emotional, etc. The 3 main words that I connect with my channel are success, mindfulness, and self-care and self-love, which are tied hand in hand. And I have a complete playlist for self-love and self-care, and this video would be like basically the introduction to all of my playlists. So let's get started. My goal here is to plan the entire year. And now I don't mean plan and obsess over it, because one of the things that I want to change is to stop being a perfectionist. So planning just gives you an idea, an overlook of the entire year. What do you have coming up? If you are a student, you already know your schedule for the upcoming semester, at least. So you get an idea of like how your days are going to be like. If you are working, same thing applies. So looking at the year in advance would give you a look at the whole picture. So then if you have like small goals or sub goals or even struggles, you get to take a step back and look at the entire picture, because you have the entire year planned out, or like you could at least see it. You have the image of the entire year in front of you. And I have my notes. I am inspired by a lot of channels here on YouTube. The planning the year, I got inspired to do that by a couple here on YouTube, and I'm gonna link them in the comments down below or in the description. The first thing that I want to encourage you is to have a planner. You can have it digitally, or you can have it as a paper planner or an agenda. This is something that you really need, because especially if you have anxiety or if you get stressed out, you might really forget stuff. Like with my anxiety, not only was I feeling overwhelmed and fatigued, but I was also forgetful. I would forget where I put stuff. Like for example, I recently lost a doctor's referral, and this is important. I'm gonna see what I can do about it. I also forget appointments, I forget assignments, especially if they are like recurrent, like weekly, but I have the entire week to finish them, so it's not like a scheduled thing. So I would forget that. By having an agenda, by looking at a planner and time blocking it in your day to actually sit down and look at your planner, especially if you have a partner or a friend that you could do this with, would really help out. So I would encourage you to get yourself a planner. I tried the paper planner, but I think I need reminders, so I'm going digitally this year. So the theme of the year, as you guessed it, it's clutter-free. And my goal is to get rid of clutter and get rid of perfectionism, which is my biggest mess. So first, we're gonna look at the entire year. First, we're gonna block out your time at work or your time in school. So for me, that would be my time in school. I would just block out the schedules where I have classes. And at the same time, I'm gonna block out from now 2 hours per day to actually review my class notes. I record my lectures, so I would listen to the lecture, take notes, and I wanna listen to the lectures when I come home and then write them down. So this is something that I would do every day. As I am writing them down, I want to read them and really concentrate on what I am studying. So this block of time, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours, I will like think about it and see what I'm going to put. I'm gonna stick with it. It's gonna be realistic. This is the most important thing. But this is the time that I'm according to review the lecture of the day. And I'm also going to accord time to summarize these notes. So what I did last semester is I would summarize the notes. This is a strategy that I learned from my sister, as she is just starting uni and she is more in the mindset of education, where for me, I like quit for a while and then I came back, so I was all over the place. So I learned a lot from her. So what I would do is I would set time in the weekend to summarize my lectures. So instead of doing that at the end of the semester and being overwhelmed with the amount of notes that I have, I would do them per week or bi-weekly. So I would review what I studied. I also want to set some time to read out of the book, but I want to do it, if I want to do that, I want to be like more smart. I'm not going to read the whole book. I find that a lot of teachers don't use the books that much. So I'm going to ask around and see if this is necessary or not. So this is the first thing, which is uni, for me, education. If you're working, you could do the same thing for work. If you have like things that you need to do for work, after work, you could block that as well. The second thing is YouTube. As I said, I pre-scheduled, I pre-filmed, and right now I'm pre-filming as well. So for you watching the first few videos, I'm gonna have a different haircut and a different hair color. I don't care about that now. The most important thing for me is to be on time. So. but I want to set some time to edit the videos as I go along to be right on schedule. So this is something that I would also block in my calendar. You should block certain days, but I wouldn't block the exact time, but I know that I have like an hour per day to like edit my video. Something else that is personal is another type of hobbies. For me, YouTube is a hobby. I don't make money yet of it. I don't know if I will, but this is a hobby for me. For you, it could be another hobby. I do have other hobbies as well. I started singing. I started taking singing lessons. So this is something that I would also block out. Last semester, this is when I started, like in the middle of last semester, it was 1 hour per week and it was on Thursdays. So I could still block that if I want to maintain the same schedule. I also want to start dancing and do physical exercises. So dancing for me is a very easy way to get my body moving and it's fun, but I want to like switch it up. So one of my goals is to move, to be healthy and to physically exercise, but going to the gym might be boring, so I might switch that up with many activities. So it would be like ice skating. I'm also bad at it, but I can learn dancing, maybe going for a walk. My brother got a dog, so yeah, that would be a good thing, like taking Shiva for a walk and things like that. So moving, exercise, I would block that in my calendar. So you have your hobbies, you have your study time, you have your work or uni, that is the schedule that is set. Something else is your goals. So this could be exercise, this could be like eating healthy. So if you want to achieve your goals, first you need to put the main goal and you need to put sub-goals. So when creating the sub-goals, you can also schedule them in your calendar. So if I want to eat healthy, then I need to have groceries, and I need to have healthy groceries. Groceries? Yeah. So I'm gonna block out time per week to buy the healthy groceries and to cook. So this is something that I need to do. And for that, I have another app. So the first app that I'm talking about is my Google Calendar, which I plan with. The second app is Pinterest. So I already have boards and boards that are ready with like meal ideas. What I would do is I would look at the boards, I would see what ingredients are repeating themselves, and I would have this in my house, maybe at all times, especially if they don't go bad. And I would also look at these boards every week maybe, or on the weekends, to see what I'm gonna be cooking for the next week. And I really want to do something which is, I want to cook on Sundays. And I want to do that with my husband. So I think it's a good idea to like have 3 meals that are like almost set. They might not be like mixed together, but at least set for the week, as well as like 3 snacks, like different kind of snacks. So I think this is what we're gonna do on Sundays. We can either each cook a meal, a different meal, or we could like just help each other like cut all of the vegetables for the 3 meals and prepare for the 3 meals together. You know, it would be like a cooking day on Sunday. Maybe on Saturday we go groceries or shopping. So that is that for cooking. So for eating healthy, you need to have the healthy food at your house, and you need to get rid of, clutter free. So we're gonna get rid of the things that are messing up your eating patterns, your healthy eating patterns, which are the snacks, the junk food and the junk snacks, and the processed food that is in your cupboards. So this is personally what I want to do. And there is no pressure here for Al. So if he wants to have like a chocolate where I'm gonna have an energy ball, there's no pressure, he could have it. And there's also not much pressure on me, because this is something that I want to do. It's very important to, instead of saying I can't do this, just say I don't do this when you're setting your goal. So let's say someone tells you, have some fries. Oh, I don't eat fries. It's more empowering. Something else that is fun to plan is birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, Valentine's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, etc. So all these days that require you to do something kind for others, you could schedule them. And you could schedule that specific day, but you can also remind yourself of that day a few weeks before and a few days before. So you would have time to, let's say, if you want to cook a meal, you would have time to go buy your stuff and prepare yourself. If you are like inviting someone out, you would have time to do that. You would reserve ahead of time. If you want to buy a gift, the same thing goes. So we would like to schedule birthdays and holidays and be prepared for anything that is coming. Also, the holidays where you're like off work and off school, some holidays are preset by the government or by your company. You would know ahead. So it's good to know ahead, and it's good to put it on your calendar so you would know that this is a free day. Let's plan something for it. Let's have something planned for it, even if it's gonna change. So yeah, the idea of a whole year plan is not to be rigid. You can still be flexible, but at least you have an idea of like, this is what I'm expecting. Now, this is something that I also learned from this couple that I'm gonna link in the description. So what they do is they do recurrent date nights where they switch, and they switch on anniversaries and Valentine's Day. So this is something that I would like to do as well. So recurrent date nights is important, especially if you have kids or if you have work that takes a lot of your time or hobbies that take a lot of your time. So this is something that we can do, which would be like one night per week where we have a date night. And what this couple do is they switch who does the planning for that night. So if it's my turn per week, so let's say I do it every other week, which is my turn, I would plan what I would do for this day. Or we might just put on the calendar that this is my date night where I plan, and then a few days, I would personally put a reminder a few days before to have an activity or something ready for this day. And I could do that for the next week. They also switch anniversaries and Valentine's, and this is something that I loved. So instead of having one person do something every time, or instead of like both doing something every time, and holidays and stuff like that, they get overwhelming at the end because we have a lot of them. So instead of having that, what you could do is switch. Last year I did the Valentine's, he did the anniversary. It went by spontaneously, but this is something I want to do. So Al doesn't really like Valentine's because of the commercial aspect of it, and I respect that and I understand it, but at the same time I don't want to be left out. I could go without like the gift, or I could go without going out, but I want to do something together, even if it's a small gesture. So what I did last year is I cooked at home and I set the table in a very nice way, and this way I didn't feel left out. I was okay, like we celebrated Valentine's Day even though it wasn't a traditional Valentine's Day. So something like that. I also had an idea of switching with New Year's. So this year I am handling New Year's and I'm taking him out. So I'm gonna reserve the restaurant, and it's up to me what to reserve. Of course, we're gonna discuss it. We're gonna see like what we both like, but I'm gonna plan the whole thing. Another thing to plan in your planner would be socializing with other people. Al's parents live in Lebanon. My parents live here. So it's really a good idea to schedule like a Skype day per week with them, or like WhatsApp. You know, like we can FaceTime. That's nice to have set day per week or like bi-weekly where we can talk to them, and we know that this is the time to talk to his parents and to socialize. And at the same time, we could also do that for my parents, but more face-to-face. We could invite them over, or we could go to their house. This is not gonna be like super duper planned because we do visit them often, but we could also do like once per month we would invite someone over for like dinner. It could be friends, it could be family, so we want to have someone over. This is like the first time we have our own place in Canada, so we want to have the socializing aspect in our life. We would also like plan vacations. So this summer is Al's sister's wedding. This is gonna be our vacation. We're going to Lebanon. So we're gonna plan for this vacation before it happens. So with that in mind, we need to plan financially for like the tickets. We need to plan financially for where we're going to stay, for like activities that we're going to do there, for like wedding attire and makeup and hair and all of this stuff. So we need to plan financially. Also, we need to plan what we're going to do. So it's something to think about. And something that I would like to do, if you know me, I shop either on sales day or like off season. So when I'm looking around like right now, I could think of the summer and I could like shop for clothes for the summer or even for the wedding attire from now. So that could be an idea. This is a part of the pre-planning. And during these vacations or holidays or any day that we have off, we could also check the calendar of the local events that are happening. Let's say like we know now that on New Year's there's like the fireworks that happen outside. So what I do is like I take notes of that. When is it happening? Like the timing, the exact timing, on what street. So let's say I'm taking Al, also my sister is coming with us, for a jazz restaurant, I believe. So it's gonna be in the old port, and at the same time I would like look where the fireworks are happening, and we could pick a restaurant that is somehow close by. So we would pick up a restaurant that is close by so we could walk to the fireworks. So it is good to see what is happening when activities that are for free or for like less money, or even like normal activities that are happening around, to be aware of them so that when you have a day off, you know what to do, or you have an idea of like what you could do. We don't have to be rigid about it, we could be flexible, but this is something that I would like for this year to happen, so we don't have this cluttering thoughts in our minds where like we get stressed out of like what to do, what to give for somebody's birthday, when is this person's birthday, what to do in a holiday, when I should study, when I should like put YouTube videos, oh I'm not eating healthily, oh I'm not exercising, you know, all of these things that clutter our mind and have such a negative influence on us without us realizing. By planning ahead, we could see the big picture, we could look at it from above, and we can really take advantage of the year. So this would be the plan for the entire year. What I would do then is I would look at it per month as well, and then per week, and then maybe I would have a mini plan or a more specific plan for every day. So at night, me and Al could like open our computers and we can just check to see what is happening the next day, so there are no surprises. If he is, let's say, tutoring after his work, I would know about it. If I'm planning to film after my work, or if I'm doing something like this, like if I have another activity where like I want to dance or like sing, he would know about it, so we are ready for everything. So that is number one. Number two, I mentioned it a bit, which is Pinterest. I love looking at the site to actually plan ahead my meals. As the weekend approaches, I would look at Pinterest, I would see what kind of meals I could do for the next week. So we would go grocery shopping and good. The third thing that I could do with Pinterest is I have a 2019 fashion inspiration. And one thing that I have found is that because Pinterest now has board and subboards, I organize them per season, so winter, spring, summer, fall, and I could look at this board and I see what elements repeat itself, just like with the ingredients. So for example, in winter I find myself looking for mock necks or turtlenecks. I don't like crew tops. I like thick material, but that is not very, doesn't like overwarm you. And I don't like crop tops. So I get to see what things I like, and this is how I get to decide what to buy. I only buy the things that I like. And if I see something but I'm not sure of it all, of all its aspects, I would literally write down, type down what I don't like about the specific top and what I like about it. For example, I have this one top on Pinterest. I like that it's knitted, I like that it's thick, I like the color, I like that it's either mock neck or turtleneck, but I don't like the fact that it's cropped up, and I write that down. I also like high-waisted jeans or mid-rise. Mostly right now I have mid-rise jeans. I'm not gonna buy mid-rise anymore, so you take note of what you have in the closet. I'm only gonna buy high-waisted jeans that are thick for winter. For fall, what I like to wear is either jumper dresses with tall boots, also skirts with tall boots and a tank top, as well as either a thin ribbed turtleneck or rib top with jeans or with pants that is not as thick as the winter ones, but I would always wear like warm boots, and I would put a cardigan maybe on. My top is like a tank top, or if it's warm outside. For spring, what I noticed that I like is shorts, but what I found on Pinterest are like very short shorts that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing, but I would wear like shorts and t-shirts with like a cardigan on. So things repeat themselves, so you could like see it visually, you could see the big picture again, and this is what I mean by planning. You could see the big picture and then go into details what things repeat themselves, so you would know exactly what to buy instead of wasting your money and your time on things that don't look good on you and don't make you feel good, but clutter your life. So now I would only buy what I like. I think that's mostly it of what I wanna talk about in this video. This is the general picture. I'm gonna have many playlists. I could have cooking playlist, grocery shopping, clothes shopping, and tips for that. I could go into more details on how I would use Pinterest. So of course I would also share with you my self-love tips. Also, one of the things that I want to engage in, my wellness activities that I would plan, is meditation time. So I might like vlog when I'm meditating, so you would meditate with me. That would encourage me and encourage you at the same time. So yeah, that's it for this video. Keep in mind that any tip that I want to give you, I want it to be based on facts. And if I find things that, for example, neuro-linguistic programming, I'm not going to talk about that, but I might make a video of why it is not scientific. Meditation is proven scientifically to improve your life, so this is something that I would talk about, as well as other mindful techniques. Mom will be proud. I know that I'm studying these things, but at the same time, I don't apply them all the time. And when she sees me stressed, she's like, you have to meditate and do the relaxation exercises and the body scans and all these things. I'm planning on it. I am. Also, you could see that I'm like, my body is even rigid, so I really need that exercise. I really need to get moving. So that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope that you found it useful and not just a simple introduction to my channel, but you got an idea of who I am and what my channel is about. So if you like this video and you like the topics that I'm going to talk about, feel free to hit the red subscribe button and the notifications bell to see my videos every Monday. And I will see you next week. May you have a clutter-free life.